Hey there everybody, this is Elagatua here. I've been on a bit of a break from doing some videos, but I figured I'd put one together to break the hiatus a little bit. And I've got a game here with a new and upcoming player called BirkTheSoggy, who we've been playing a few games back and forth for the past few weeks. So I decided to capture each turn as we made our moves, and I'll talk a little bit about the strategy and my decision making as I go through with each play. So let's get things going here. BirkTheSoggy has rolled Team Fortress, and he's got a pretty standard draw out. Looks like a soldier up top and then a demo man down to the middle tile. And I rolled Dwarves, and I have a really sick opening draw here. I've got an Annihilator out early, which is really awesome, and a Paladin and a Sword. So there's no time to waste. The Annihilator is your power unit. Is the Door's special unit, and I'm not going to waste any time in getting it out on the board because he's not going to be able to send anything forward very far to contest this guy. And I'm also going to drop the Paladin to basically back up the Annihilator. I want to get as much of the board under my control as soon as I can, and I want to get Annihilator shots on these crystals, because with this opening draw, I'm already thinking that this could be a crystal kill for me if things go well. Also put the gunner up on the top tile here just to turn another card. I don't want to put a helm on the Annihilator yet, because it would be too obvious of a Girardi target. If he wants to Girardi the Annihilator, then I want him to do it sooner, so that I don't waste a helm on it right away. And yeah, I think that is everything I need for my move, and I'm going to lock that one in. And let's see what I get here. Okay, so he brings a spy up front, a soldier up front, and deploys some more dudes in the back. So just a standard development turn for him. Haven't seen a medic yet, which is okay for me. So I think what I want to do is a development turn like this. I could choose to go after the crystal here with the Annihilator, but I'm worried that I'm going to get too far behind in development. I know that I want to be sorting this Grenadier anyway, and I can turn 3 cards, and then I have the option of next turn I can send this Annihilator after the crystal again, or if he moves his spy up or moves the Pyro up to threaten the Annihilator, then I have the Grenadier, which I can get offensive with pretty quickly. So it looks like he's going straight for the crystals here. I've got really 2 options here. I can either bring my Annihilator down to kill the spy, or I can go and hit the soldier up here with the Annihilator. It's a tough choice. The problem with killing the spy is that if I move back here, then his soldier can actually come to my attack tile and take out this sort of Annihilator without using a Girardi. And if he's going to take out this Annihilator, I really want him to have to spend a Girardi on it. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to poke down the soldier, bring the Annihilator back here so that he's still going to threaten the spy next turn, and I'm just going to put a shield on this Grenadier. It seems like he wants to play Crystal Rush against me, so it's really good that I have this Annihilator out already, and I'm just going to stay close and try and develop my board as much as I can while protecting this back crystal, which is really the key here. This is an interesting move. He seems to be going all out for the crystal kill. And I'm actually okay with this as long as my Annihilator stays alive. Now, again, I've got 2 options here. I can go after the spy, or I can go after the heavy. If I go after the spy, it could cause some issues though, because the heavy could end up on the attack tile here and kill this Annihilator without a Jurati. So I really want to force him to spend the Jurati. So really, I don't see any downside just to doing this move again. He's going to run out of units eventually, in which case I'm going to be able to get this spy. And going after this bat crystal is a lot more difficult to get than this front one. And with an Annihilator out, I think he's going to find it very difficult to assault in there, especially when I get this Grenadier up and ready to have backup for this Annihilator in case he puts a Jurati on it. Yeah. Okay. Looks like he spent his respawn token to save that heavy, and he's continuing to be all in with the Crystal Rush. This is a really easy move for me. So that is absolutely the move. I don't believe there's a way he can kill this Annihilator unless he uses the Jurati with the Demo Man, and in that case I've got the Grenadier. This frees up the crystal tile, so he won't be able to continue this Crystal Rush, and from here on he can't really threaten me that bad. This is the problem with trying to Crystal Rush from the start without any sort of advantage, is if the opponent plays it correctly, it starts to run out of momentum, and this is exactly what it means to run out of momentum. You lose two guys like this, and really from there, my greater numbers will win the game from here. So remember this turn going forward. Okay. This is good for me. I forced him back, and I got a spy for free. It's a bummer they did a medic out, but this turn presents a lot of interesting opportunities for me. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring my Annihilator up here, and I'm going to make sure to move the Paladin next to him. First, before I attack, get the extra 5 damage with the crystals. Every little bit counts. And move up this Grenadier. I want 2 threats further up the board. This will allow me to develop with the Gunner in the following turns. And he still has the option of taking my Annihilator off the board, but he still will have to spend a Jurati, and really that's my goal. I want to force him to spend a Jurati on this Annihilator. Any of the other options, I could be risky and trade away the Annihilator, depending on what he has, but this is a nice safe play that will keep the pressure up on him and will keep my Annihilator out as long as I can, as long as I possibly can. Okay. So it's a good development turn for him. The nice thing is that I can finally get my Paladin on the attack tile, and I want to move down. I still need to turn some cards. I'd love to get a mechanic, or whatever they're called. What are they called? Engineer. Need to get an engineer. I can go either for the Grenadier or the Demo Man, or I can go for the Pyro next turn, and I'll be able to heal my Annihilator up no matter what with the Paladin on the attack tile. One interesting thing he could do is he could send the Heavy up and hit my Crystal and the Paladin, and he can actually KO the Paladin, but it would open up his Heavy to some damage. So this is a nice safe turn. Okay, so looks like he mostly healed up and then upgraded a bunch of stuff. That's a really passive turn for him. And now that I've had my Grenadier in good position, he's only got one medic on the board. So what I want to do is I want to spread him out and keep attacking units that are out of range of his medic healing, and then I'm going to set up a crystal kill of my own. I need to move this Annihilator back because if he moved his heavy to like that spot to this spot here, he could like hit all three of those units there with the heavy, which would be pretty bad. So I just moved the Annihilator back, but I'm still in range of this crystal next turn, and he's not going to be able to dislodge that Grenadier, and so he's going to have this problem where he needs to heal this Pyro, but he's not going to be able to kill the Grenadier, and then I'm going to come with the Annihilator, and I'm going to knock his Demo Man up here, and then I'm going to kill it, and then it's going to be really hard for him to. It's going to be really hard for him to save all these units, all the while I'm getting damage on these crystals, and I have both drills left. So I'm in a really strong position here to actually do a crystal kill of my own. Conceivably, like I could kill this crystal next turn if I wanted to sack my Annihilator. It's something to consider. Okay. So this is a pretty easy move. I'm setting up for a crystal kill of my own. So all I need to do is KO his soldier. His medic is not going to be in position to heal it up unless he deploys a second one. And this Grenadier is still just as safe as he was last turn on this tile, and now I've done even more damage to this back crystal. And very soon I'll be able to dive in on the back crystal and be able to take it out completely. And then I'll have both drills for the top crystal, so it should be. We're approaching the end game here. Okay, looks like he had the second medic there, and I don't know. It seems like he's content to delay the inevitable. Really, what I want to do is I just want to focus on doing damage to this back tile. Actually, I changed my mind on a beer. Because I want to turn a card. I want to get an engineer. I don't have any engineers on the board. We bring this gunner up so that my follow-up to this crystal is a little stronger. And yeah, as soon as I get this back crystal down, I'm going to start dropping drills on this medium crystal. Really what I want to do is I want to get my Annihilator up to about here, and then get the debuff on the crystal. And then once I do that, it will allow the drills to do 50% more damage, and those that front crystal will drop really, really quick. Well, that's not really an inspiring play. I really want to dive in, but if I can just get free shots on this back crystal and this Grenadier is just safe all the time, there's really no reason to not do this. Because if I take out this back crystal now, this back crystal is as good as dead. I can drill it anytime I want from now on. Really, I'd love to use both crystals on the top with an Annihilator debuff. So, yeah, I could use another beer just to waste it to turn another card, but there's no reason to. Just same old, same old. Okay, so he's still chipping away. He's got a sandwich on this soldier now, which actually makes him a pretty strong threat to my Annihilator. Fortunately, his Bat Crystal is so low that I can pretty much just go for it, because this Annihilator does such ridiculous damage on his own that now I'm playing for the next turn. I can just go right first crystals with this defensive debuff on this turn. What I expect him to do next turn is to bring his soldier up here with the sandwich 3 times on the Annihilator, and then stomp him, and then probably move back, which will allow me to follow up by going Grenadier here, hit the Demo Man twice from the gem tile, which will kill this Bat Crystal. I will beer the Grenadier, and then with my last one I will drill this crystal, which I tested does 1260, which will bring it down basically to 1260 life remaining, because it basically will cut the crystal's life in half. And then I have another drill, and he's got to deal with a beard Grenadier on the gem tile, as well as cover his attack tile, because if it's basically impossible to win, because he's got to kill this Grenadier, and he's got to block this attack tile, because if he doesn't block the attack tile, then the following turn I'll be able to move my Paladin over and do 900 damage with 3 attacks on this crystal, and then at that point all I need to do is draw my last drill and I will win, and it's auto from there. So this should pretty much wrap it up. I should be unstoppable from this position. And move back. Oh yeah. Just love it when a good plan comes together like that. It's exactly what I expected last turn, and so I get to do exactly what I planned for this turn. And now here we are. Last crystal at 1275. I need 3 hits with the attack tile, so he's got to block the attack tile. He needs to move this Grenadier off. He needs to do a lot of things. We'll see what he can pull off here. I don't think it's possible. Alright, looks like that last move finished it up. I don't think there is any way you can come back with that. So, some thoughts on this game. This is a good example of why you can't do a straight up Crystal Rush from the very start without securing a board advantage. I had a pretty reasonable draw, and he was able to outpace me at the beginning by getting some strong units pretty close on the board and then hitting that top crystal. But as soon as I got the momentum back, he was never able to really threaten my crystals again. I think he should have used the Giratis on my Annihilator if he had it, because at least that would have prolonged the game. Instead, he got into a situation where he was trading time for damage on his back crystal without really developing his board much. And in the long run, that was always going to lead to a situation like this with his crystal dying. But yeah. This is a good example of how to fend off a Crystal Rush, just staying patient, being efficient with your units, and forcing him to make the plays and the tough choices rather than getting too overeager with your defense and making things worse. And with that, thanks for watching, and check out some of my other videos. See you later.